working on the...
2 o'clock. It is time to begin the stream.
You think we should begin a stream?
Yeah, well, just an idea.
A stream begins. No, not that. This one.
Yeah. The
Ding!
webcam. What do you know? We are live with Corey and Lori. And welcome everybody to yet another live stream. Today we will be playing a brand new game that just came out, I think this week, wasn't it?
Recently, yeah. I just got an update on the vampire game, and it blatantly advertised this game. So.
Oh, well, that's good. Cross marketing,
But
always good.
I couldn't necessarily say when. What's that one called? Nighthawks. Nighthawks is upcoming, eventually, published by Watch It Eye and written by Richard Covet.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay. We're all looking to see what he does, because he's been a good fan for our games and support.
And a really good writer.
Yes.
So.
We are looking forward to that, and right now, though, we are
Happy Free Comic Book Day!
Yes, I hope you all get your free comic books and support your local comic book stores. Like we used to do that all the time.
Yeah, we used to.
Every year. Even though we didn't really want those comic books. We got them. So.
I've been selling some more of my Magic cards, though.
That is true. If we are in a game store, which is exclusively
might have comics,
card
I don't
games.
know. Well, no, they have board games.
Yeah, but mostly it's card. If you look at their schedule,
exclusive means nothing else but.
I didn't say
they have board games. You said it was exclusively card games.
Well, it's
primarily card games.
If you look on their schedule, it's Pokemon one day and Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever it is.
World of Warcraft Commander.
Oh, really? They did play World of
Warcraft. So is that what you do? You go into all your comic stores and get one free comic from each one?
Tabletop has their own free day. You don't get away with free tabletop games, though, I'm afraid. I know what else we have that's new. Speaking of kind of like comic
I don't know
book.
what she's getting. Oh.
Kind of like a comic book.
I could have brought me the whole stack.
I could have, but this is... Sorry.
So back in around 80, 81, I was working as a contractor in Chicago and learned how to play this newfangled game called Dungeons & Dragons. And one night in my hotel room, I scribbled down some notes for a game I could run, because I'd been just a player up till then. And I did that for the guys, and they liked it, so ended up taking it to Judges Guild and publishing as The Tower of Indomitable Circumstance. Well, that was then, and now is 2025, and this has been republished and re-edited and so on by the Neo...
You can see it on the back, or...
Is it? NGR, Neoclassical Geek Revival.
And
NGR.
Apparently publish a lot of little game manuals and things like that.
So this is smaller than I expected it to be, but it's really nice looking. Here's the...
Yeah, it's really elegant. It looks better than the original.
Much better than the original.
Dragons game, and
Well, the original was supposed to be generic role-playing, sort of kind of like D&D, but it was really D&D in disguise. And this one is Neoclassical Geek Revival System, or Old School Geek Revival, which is basically a whole lot like D&D.
Yes, I sincerely hope Rogue Works.
It's hard to get the licenses.
You do know what Dungeons and Dragons is, because that is the ultimate game.
Here we go. Original stats and NGR spell conversions.
I just like the illustrations. The layout is very clean. It's a little...
The type is very clean.
Yes.
It's relatively small print, but very readable.
Yes. So, all in all, a quality job that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Now all we have to do is write,
So now we'll go get the green hardcover book for that pile.
One of these things a month, and we'll have a supplement for our life.
That was actually my original plan. I was working as a programmer for a company down in L.A., but my passion was D&D. This is they sent me a bunch of other books too, and this was their core rule book.
Oh, look what came up to the top of
hardcover.
the page, top of the pile.
Like I said, this just bounced on top of the pile. It's the Hero's Quest, so you want to be a hero handbook.
Yeah.
And there you go. I hope you can read that on the screen.
There's all the hints you've ever wanted to know.
If we still had a red tinted glasses.
Yeah, we could actually find out what
So this is their very nice rule book with the grimoire.
Yes, nice illustrations, all professional. Very interesting.
Very, yeah, so I'm thrilled to be working with the Neoclassical Geek Revival people, and hopefully some people will buy some Tower.
Yeah.
Oh, and I should blatantly more thoroughly advertise that by actually giving a link if I could ever remember it.
NGO?
Neoclassical Geek Revival Tower.
There we go.
Here's where you can buy my first RPG module. I could put it on.
And only published one. We did quite a few modules.
Yeah, we did a lot, but this is the only one that I ever went to the effort of getting published. So, as I interrupted myself, repeating Lori's anecdote, the story was back around 79 or 80 when I wrote this for my friends. I said, I should just write game modules for a living, become a full-time D&D module writer. And I took about 2 years to get this published by Judges Guild. When I called them up finally, I said, "Oh, you want us to publish that? We were having a great time playing it with our in-house gaming group." And said, "Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. So you want to publish it?" And they said, "Yeah, sure." And from the royalty checks I got from that, I calculated exactly what Lori said, that if I came out with a module every month, I could just about break even with what I got from programming. And I said, maybe I'm not that productive. Maybe I better stay as a programmer.
So that's what that was.
Since that one took 2 years.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay. Anything else before we talk
What
about...
else is in the news?
Well, what else is in the news is today is Saturday, May 3rd. 1 week from today, Lori and I are headed out with our son and his family to Tokyo. We're going to visit Japan for the first time. And what did you call Japan in our games?
Well,
Land of Nippon? I don't know.
It was Nippon, but I don't know
Nippon.
because we
Nippongo,
didn't
Nihongo? Nihongo.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be visiting Japan, and we will be gone for a week, which means we will not be streaming in 2 weeks on the 17th, because that's the day we come back. So the next stream will be 4 weeks, which is May 31st.
Or we just do the next weekend. I mean, there's no reason not to.
Well, because I told people, okay. Well, we could do weekly instead of bi-weekly. I'm sure you guys would be thrilled.
No,
It'll just mess up our D&D games.
We'll just throw Richard off. But the following weekend is Labor Day weekend, I believe. If we went back to that.
Somewhere in there is Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. Hopefully you don't get the traveling. Well, hopefully, but we are going to a relatively sanitary,
clean and safe place,
environment.
Yes, where people actually wear masks and wash their hands and stuff.
And hopefully people will not be traveling as much right now, at least not to the United States for obvious reasons, and so therefore maybe we will have overstuffed planes.
Yeah. So if you keep enough...
Yes, so Japan is very hygienic.
So we hear.
And so we hear. And they do use masks, so,
My son did a semester abroad in Japan, and when he came back to the U.S. and took the Amtrak train home, he said, "Oh my God, it's what it's like to American trains. Everybody stinks and
they're overweight,
and
they all look, horrible.
And eating all kinds of junk food and stuff. And he was kind of shocked with his train experience, as opposed to the Japanese bullet trains, which apparently are super clean and people have respect for their environment and each other.
Yes, you are right, Brainiac. They are a high density population, so they have to take serious the idea of disease spreading.
And Japanese people were wearing masks long before COVID.
Right.
So they were basically making sure they didn't get the seasonal flu and so on or spread it.
Yes, I wish we could,
emulate them?
Yeah, we'd be a little more aware that this is a problem and that people should be doing this.
Let's see. I'll take a different look.
Oh, you can see.
I know, I can see they're dirty.
Yeah, well, that's the only one thing you always see putting on glasses, how dirty your glasses are.
All it takes is one thumbprint to make them hard to see through.
Yeah.
Well,
let's see. Any other news? Last week we played the Crimson Diamond.
And the week before, 2 weeks ago, the Crimson Diamond. 2 weeks before
Last
that was Rosewater.
Yeah. And so we're continuing this until we... I'd like to...
Laurie's secret plan. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I would like to play one more round of a different game. There's a game I have in mind that I would like to have us show and play.
These days I'd like to get back to Heroine's Quest, since we only played a little bit of it.
Yeah. But apparently to stay healthy, we just need to drink raw milk and eat beef tallow fries.
But no artificial coloring.
Yes.
Get rid of yellow dye number 3.
Yeah, well, good. Welcome, Golden Drake. Yes. Brainiac is still masking indoors. Yes. Yes.
He is prudent.
Circulation with hospital areas. Oh, lovely, lovely. Yes, indeed. Don't get anything.
So really, anything
Someone
else?
who works in the bioside, do not get me started. Yes, I know. Yes. Exactly.
Yep.
Let us not get started on idiocy, which there's plenty out there right now.
There's plenty. We haven't read the news recently that the U.S. election in November has affected the recent Canadian and Australian elections, because both of them had conservative candidates that appeared to be in the lead, and after what's happened in the U.S. over the last 3 months, all of a sudden they don't want that anymore, and the Liberals won.
So maybe we'll save the world by being a bad example.
Bad example.
Exactly. So anyway,
it's a cautionary tale. This is
the
what could.
Opposition leader just lost his seat.
Yeah, he lost his seat, and actually.
Do as we don't. Yes, all great examples.
The Canadian Conservative also lost his seat, but may still be the opposition leader. But he lost his seat in their parliament also.
Okay.
So yes.
We'll try not to.
Yeah. Anyway, we call this
we have strong opinions on this. I'm
we
sure
do.
You all have strong opinions.
We call this a
yes. We will unite the world against a common enemy.
Us.
This would be funny if I weren't, feeling like I want to cry. Yeah.
Anyway, so it's what we call cautionary tale.
Yes.
And our parents gave us many of those when we were younger. The whole stories of Baba Yaga and what happens if you, treat animals badly and so on, and go out in the forest alone. That was all to warn the little Slavic children about how to behave with strangers and with animals.
So yes, cautionary tales.
Well,
speaking of tales.
Saving tales.
Yeah, we're actually playing a game we know almost nothing about, except for.
I heard Dave Gilbert talking about it several years ago when we first met him at PAX West, and he said that
working on this one. I thought he was working on.
Working isn't the right term. You see, he had gone to a game jam and put together this idea for a time travel adventure, or maybe it was just a retro thing at the time, and had all these crazy ideas for it. Wanted to work on it, but it wasn't quite gelling, and it was too ambitious at the time. So we put it aside and worked on Unavowed instead. And Unavowed was a smash bestseller that. And eventually he got back to the idea of Old Skies, which is now apparently a full-fledged time-traveling adventure. I think it has a female protagonist, and that's everything I know about it. Even I think I know about it.
Well, yeah, that makes the third game in a row that we've been playing with a female protagonist, rather.
Which is a little slap in the face to people who said that we want to do games with female protagonists and never did.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Over on my Patreon. On my Patreon, which I will link over here.
You can also share it when you get to
I will share it in a moment. This is our Patreon. As you can see, we only make $500 or so a month for this, so we're not getting rich from it. But the most recent post is about announcing Gold Skies. But the second most recent post is Christmas in Guadalajara, and I made this one for patrons only. And I'll flash it by so you can see basically what's in it. But
it's my photographs.
Lori's photographs.
That's my favorite.
And my text.
Yes.
Lori's photographs. That your favorite was this one.
Yes, this one.
Yeah,
there's togetherness.
This is an aquarium, and we saw a tortoise. It's a tortoise.
It's a turtle. It's a turtle.
Oh, I gotta edit this then.
Oh no! Yes.
There was a turtle, and there's another turtle too underneath that pile up of crocodiles, all getting along perfectly well together. Didn't seem in the least bit nervous. Apparently, they're not. They don't like.
Yeah, anyone who's been saying adventure games are dead these days aren't paying attention. Exactly. They need to pay attention to the indies because the indies are thriving.
Yep. Indiana Jones and other indies, whatever. Okay, so anyway, that's our... so I am trying to get more patron-only content on Patreon so that people actually have a reason to want to be patrons. But even if you're not a patron, go to that link and you'll get the latest news on when we're doing streams and stuff.
Usually at the last possible
moment.
Yes.
I post, late Friday night or sometime on Saturday morning that, oh, by the way, this afternoon we're doing a stream.
There's far easier ways to get delicious food than cracking that particular shell. Well, remember, turtle soup was very, very popular, say, 30...
In the Victorian era?
No.
Oh, 30 years ago?
40 years ago. 50 years ago. All right, as I go
back. In the
back.
1950s.
In the 1960s and 50s. The 50s were probably the highlight.
Yeah.
But they was still very popular. I mean, there was a restaurant in over the border into Mexico that was in a cave, and they served turtle soup. And south of Nogales, it was the one time I went south of the border when I was a kid. And I had turtle soup.
Oh, I need to...
Before they realized that we are dealing with endangered species that we are wiping out because people have strange tastes, yes. We have a bot.
Well, there was some delicious spam there. And we're not spam fans. In fact, we had a ham for Easter, and it was quite a disappointment. It had definitely a spam character to it.
Yeah.
It was no texture. I think that's the biggest problem with it.
Could be.
And that's the problem with spam, is it doesn't have much texture. When we cut into little pieces and fried it up for breakfast, it was edible, but never great. So it was a disappointing Easter for us. We do celebrate all the holidays of as many religions we get hold of, non-religions.
Speaking of turtles, I've tried playing Splintered Fate, but seems a bit boring combat-wise. Well, that's...
I don't know anything about Splintered Fate.
Yeah. Or why it speaks of turtles. Unless it's a Ninja Turtle role-playing game, which there was one. It was kind of, the scenarios were kind of interesting.
Well, we of course continue to play World of Warcraft, and in it is TMNT. Okay.
Fine.
Splintered Fate. Oh, makes sense. In the Goblin city of Undermine, just tucked away somewhere on a balcony, there is someone named April, and there's a Leonardo, and
I mean, there's 3 turtles named.
only 3 of the 4?
4
All 4 of the turtles and Master Splinter.
Well, no, they're rats. They're not
they're
actually.
Rats. Yes, they're rats.
They're
rats with the Mutant Ninja Turtle names.
Yes. So you get the idea.
Little Easter egg.
Yes. It is a tribute.
All right.
Actually, the Ghostbusters scenarios were fun. With reading them, we never actually played Ghostbusters, but we should have, because that would have been entertaining as a role-playing game.
Well, we watched the real Ghostbusters.
Well, I know, but I meant we had scenarios. We had the role-playing game.
Oh, okay, yeah. And you read them?
Yeah.
I mostly had a lot of role-playing games on my shelves that I never read, so it's too much effort. Unless I had people to play it with, then I'd read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting glare off my glasses, so I go blind. I don't know. I kind of like me with glasses.
Just keep your glasses on. It doesn't matter.
Keep your.
All right. Anything else we need to share?
That was the big news. I don't know.
All right.
Life goes on. Oh yeah, we're getting solar power.
Well, that's
we started that process last August, and it just got installed last week, and maybe in about a month we'll actually have solar power here.
Yeah. I'm guilty of buying way too many stream games and then never going back, and then going back to the old stuff. Yes, there was a meme about that. Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, did you get a battery?
Yes, we have what they call shift battery, so that the power that is collected at night during the day will be available at night. It is not a long-term storage battery, but it is a battery, and it looks pretty fat and pretty industrial.
And normally, since we are in California and Southern California, we get mostly light, but today we get rain. We had honestly a slight.
We had a light rain
rain
overnight, and it was cloudy this morning.
Yeah. So we had weather. What do you know? That's
I'm
unusual.
wearing one of my lightweight flannel shirts.
Yes.
I have some heavyweight flannel shirts too.
Yeah, it's nice and cool. It's a lovely temperature. It's lovely outside.
Lori's wearing a light jacket over her.
Light jacket. It's
her
a shirt. It's a shirt.
Yeah, it's a shacket.
It's the equivalent of this thing, Corey.
No, it's equivalent to my heavy flannels. This is my light panel.
Corey, feel.
Yep, it's equivalent to my heavy flannel.
Oh, okay, right.
All right. So we want to get on to the game, or
yes, I think so. I live in an apartment, but I'm trying to convince Mom and Dad to get something sometime soon. Yeah, apparently our government going to do a $30 battery.
30%.
30%.
Battery subsidy.
Ah.
Nice.
That's a good. Oh, I see. Yeah. That's a good deal.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing we did up in Oakhurst. We have a PPE, I think it's called, which is effectively we are buying our energy from the solar company instead of from the utility, and it is slightly discounted from what the utility charges, and they promise that their rates will go up more slowly than the utility rates. Essentially, we have a 20-year power purchase agreement that pays for the cost of the equipment and no money up front. So we could have bought the equipment instead, but a lot of places recommend get the agreement instead. So it's interesting that almost more than being a solar power company, they're really they're a loan company.
Ah, okay, wow.
Or they're a financing company.
That explains why we have various people actually putting these things in. Our neighbor, which is, like 3 feet away from us across the alley back behind us, got hers done by the same company, and they did it totally differently. So
yeah, she didn't ask for permission first, so they got it done in a month. And
shameless plug for renewable fans. Okay. We will agree with,
We're big fans of renewable power.
Yeah.
We had it in Awani. We have it here again. Welcome to Undecided.
How technology impacts our lives. Okay.
So, having shared all that, I guess it's time to play a game. And I promised Dave Gilbert that I would let him know when I started playing. So, let me hit over to his Discord and send him a message. Well, Lori says something.
Yes, well, we had for when we were playing the Western game, we actually had the creators come and show up because they had the opportunity. Well, the fact that they had been live streaming it on the Switch,
No, it's not out.
oh no, Steam page. Well, let him know. Just ping him anyway, and he can come on if he's on.
I could just link this chat. Maybe someone will come over here.
Maybe. Can you?
Maybe. If I knew where we are on somewhere. Let's see. I think I just had a...
The twitch.tv. You mean that?
No, I have this this thing here. Yeah, the twitch.tv address, which I just had up somewhere.
You do.
I shared it with people. Well, it's in this article here on Patreon.
I see. You could just type it in,
I could have, yeah.
Twitch.tv/TransSolarGames. That one.
Where do you see it?
Well, there for one thing.
Oh.
None of that is a link.
There's supposed to be a link here.
Well, I don't see a link.
Oh, it's here. There's the link.
Oh. Okay.
Watch on Twitch.
Okay.
Okay, there's the link. Okay, I found the link.
Interesting.
And then I will go over and post it. I don't need two of those. At Dave. D. Gilbert. Nope. Dave Gilbert. I can't find him now.
Yeah. Well, you were on earlier.
I talked to him earlier.
Okay.
Anyway.
So this is Watch It Eye Games Discord.
Yep. And let's see if it bans me for posting a link. Probably not. I'm on a Zaruba. I suppose I should have changed my name
Changed your name, yeah.
Changed my name.
Change your name.
Keep talking to people.
Yes, we're trying to actually, work so that we can show this off on their Discord. Is what that is. What Corey is attempting to do.
Streamer mode enabled. I can't change my name.
Can't change your name. You're just going to be there. You're just going to do what you're doing. I'm actually not in their Discord. I should rectify that. Yes, you should. It is Wadjet Eye Games.
And they do adventure games. And
yes.
Many of you like adventure games.
And there's one for Out of Out, and one for Blackwell, and one for Primoria and Strangeland.
Edit profiles.
Yeah, you should.
Streamer mode enabled. Apparently.
When you're streaming, you can't change these things. Oh well. Well, just.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah. Don't waste time.
Yep. We've wasted enough time. We should, however, get to the TransSolar Games Discord because that's relevant to everyone here.
Yeah.
And that one is stream mode is enabled. Usernames have been truncated.
Okay.
Okay. So I could disable streamer mode, and then I could go back and so find TransSolar Games on Discord to keep up with all the news.
Yay.
There we go. Okay, there we go. I have typed a thing. How about that?
Good. Yes.
So now maybe I can change my per server profile. There we go. Server name. Corey Cole. There we go.
Save changes. Yes.
Save changes, and that should automatically fix that message
Okay,
as well.
good. There, that's better.
Okay.
All right. And then you can
Yeah,
go to actually trying to start this game.
Okay, so let's get this game started. Let's get this game on the road. I have it right here on my desktop.
Yes.
There is an icon for Old Skies.
And we will test this out and see how this game is.
Dun, dun, dun.
And we'll go through.
I have a weekend deal on Steam.
You do. For Uprising.
Launching.
Big ad.
Ooh,
Loading.
an image. Music. We know how the music is if I need to turn the volume down.
Okay. They don't give us an option for seeing credits.
Maybe it's an option.
Maybe.
Turn the master volume down to 60.
All right. Look at that scrolling background. Look at that fancy.
Parallax scrolling.
No, it's not really.
Not
parallax.
really. No. It's just it is little
It's
scrolling.
scrolling.
Well, it's 2 layers. This game takes place in just 4 years from now.
Oh no, that's pretty scary.
East Village. Post no balls.
Fia? Fia, come in. Blast it. It can't end like this. Come on. Don't freak out. Think. You've got this all under control. Fia, what did you do?
Okay.
Consequences of time travel? We don't know. Definitely a
62.
definitely a Terminator
Right.
vibe here.
A night off. Finally. Now to find something to do with it.
Scan the room with your mouse.
To find people and things.
So it changes every few chrono shifts. You don't even know what it advertises anymore.
Hard light hologram. You're supposed to be reading these things, you know.
Okay,
so that
Mix
people-
Mix is a hard light hologram programmed with 200 years worth of cocktail recipes. So this is one of the old arguments about what names to give people that are not binary, male or female, and science fiction story. Of course, people went from Mrs. to Ms. to not say whether they were a Miss or a Mrs. And then there have been things like RHE as a pronoun that a handsome young man is chatting with Mix. So we're just getting the mouse over at this point. Okay.
Right, yeah.
A couple sits animated conversation. Best not to disturb them.
Maybe it's not my place, sir, but that young lady seems to be eyeing you.
Wave.
I believe that's a sign of flirtation, sir.
Thank you. I wasn't sure. Right. Hi. I'm new to town. Don't know anyone here. You alone?
Alone?
Yeah.
I suppose I am. For now. Nothing is really definite, as far as I'm concerned. It always depends.
Depends. On what?
On ripples. Or variables. Or ripples within variables. Sorry, I must not be making any sense.
No, I think I get it. You're talking about time travel, right? You work for Chronozen?
You're a quick one.
You're pretty sharp. Was I that obvious?
I'm good at reading people. Part of being in sales.
That must be nice. Knowing what you are.
You're saying you don't?
Yes and no. I may not even exist right now.
I'm not sure I understand. You seem real enough to me.
I love the whole vibe of this so far.
The what?
I love the whole vibe of this so
Yes,
far.
as do we.
Stare and assert dominance. I thought that was an interesting choice too. Just to stare.
Real enough to buy me a drink? Real enough for me to buy you? Real enough to share a drink?
Am I real enough to share a drink with?
I can't think of anything I'd rather do more. A Willard cocktail, please.
Same for me.
Right away.
Shaken and squeezed.
Ah. Okay. Here's to being real.
Here's to being real.
To being real.
Well,
wasn't.
blast it.
Just given in my name. Guess my name again. Gone touch.
Probably for the best anyway.
I was going to talk to Mix Mix, but I didn't get done him first. So. Click an icon above to move to a new area. We have home or Chronozen HQ. I might as well go to the HQ.
Hey, Nozzo, you there?
Hi, Fia. What's up?
Nothing at all. Any clients on the roster tonight?
Isn't this your night off?
Yeah, can't be bothered.
Right, I get you. I've got a nostalgia tourist on the waiting list. He wants to revisit one of his old student haunts.
I see. Babysitting duty. My absolute fave.
Be nice. He paid a lot of money. Clients like him keep the lights on.
I know.
So, you interested?
There's Parallax. That's the real, you know.
Ah, with the clouds.
Well, yes,
background,
and the foreground buildings.
Yeah,
will
we've
be
got
in
the
different
3
scenes,
layers, yep.
yes.
How about,
4 layers,
actually, never mind, we can go home instead, or
Well,
there's nothing else?
there's nothing else.
There's
like-
nothing else.
Nothing that can be
Music is
arranged in such short
fantastic.
notice.
Yes, parallax scrolling, always nice. Yeah, it would be interesting to actually see the credits for this.
I'm trying to date and the men keep being deleted from reality.
Yeah, isn't that always the way? Damn it.
Alright, so we should say yes then?
Yes, I
Sure.
guess so.
Sounds nice and simple. I could use one of those.
Okay, I'll prep the client. See you soon, Fia.
Well, at least our day off
Yeah,
though.
see you
I
soon.
know.
It's just
You have
like
no life.
just like indie game development. There are no days off.
Hey, Duffy.
Thea! Didn't expect to see you tonight.
Well, you know, chrono adjustment. Derailed all my evening plans.
Ooh, yeah, been there. I know how it feels. You're doing the right thing.
Just doing what you taught me.
Just doing what you taught me, Duffy. When timeline malaise hits, focus on the work.
Oh.
So here I am. You really think this is the right thing?
Who, me? Well, I try not to think at all. Better that way. Anyway, say hi to Nazo for me and break a leg out then.
Up then.
Yeah.
Nice.
See you later.
See you later or earlier.
Okay.
Ah.
Better get dressed for work.
ID acknowledged. Welcome, Fia Quinn.
Could look at that note or something by the side. Ah, so, animated cartoon style. Chapter 1. Dines Up.
Yeah, we're getting into the real thing.
That was just the
Yes. April 14,
Introduction.
2024, East Village.
so we're now in the right around close to when the game was released.
Nozzo, you read?
Loud and clear. You made it in one piece?
All bits present and accounted for. Rough spot for a landing point, though.
Well, it's isolated, open to the sky, and close to the client's desired goal. As far as the brass is concerned, it's perfect. Speaking of, I'm about to send him through.
Welcome.
You'd better get clear.
Righto.
Hey,
Hello,
that's
Edwin.
me. Green zone. Oh my.
We're over here playing Old Skies
Time
by
for
Dave
successful.
Gilbert.
I see him.
How is he?
He's fine. The cranial shielding did its job.
You'd better go check on him.
Okay.
Primitive barricade device now useless. We have inventory. We have currency modules and Abbott Tech multi-tool, which turns a screwdriver, lockpick, flashlight, and more. Toolkit's worth of devices, one handy utensil.
That landing seemed unpleasant. Why? I mean, yes, you saw what it was like, yes.
Anything in the historical record about this Mr. Clive, it has been long lost. Your client, Joe Anderson, he paid a lot for a trip into the past. Old Clive, who's Mr. Clive? It's your job to make
I'm
sure
sure
he
just
Anderson?
fine.
That was something. Oh, you're Fia, is that right?
That I am. Welcome to 2024.
2024. So, this is real. I'm really here.
Skulls and Borbers
That
looking
you
into
are.
the future.
You know this place. It's the old Seagram Center, right?
I don't know.
Or should I say that it will be the new Seagram Center?
If you like, whatever helps you make sense of it. Now go local, and we'll be on our way.
Oh, yeah. I've been waiting for this. There we go. Perfect. Now let's go. The Silver
Guy was
Flare
born,
isn't
must have
far.
been. Yeah. Yes, he obviously
Dr.
knows this
Anderson.
thing.
I need to take point. It's for your own protection.
Really? But I lived here. You didn't.
I have been fully briefed. I know the way.
Okay, I get it. Don't mess with the designated driver and all. After you,
importantly-
Agent Quinn.
More importantly, I'm a professional.
Yeah.
So looking for interesting things around you. Very thick and very sturdy wooden door. We'll have to bash it in, clearly.
Well, blast it.
Is there a problem?
Nothing we can't handle. Agents like myself are equipped with a multi-tool for just this reason.
Aha.
Is that right?
Yes. Is there something wrong?
Oh, no problem at all.
Interesting voice.
Access your inventory. And click the multi-tool on the door.
Ah, blast it.
Got everything under control?
Yes. Just need to touch base with my handler. Won't be a tick.
Click the phone on the menu bar. Call Nazo. The phone on the menu bar. Where's... Oh, there.
Nozo,
Hi, Fia. By the way, how's that new sub-vocalization module working?
Tickles the larynx a bit, but I'm getting used to it.
Good. That means it's working. Anyway,
Nice
what's up?
voice modulation for that.
There's no keyhole on this door.
There isn't?
No.
Oh, must be padlocked from the outside.
Didn't they think to check that before choosing this landing point?
Do they ever?
Don't worry. I'll figure this out.
They always do.
I admit, it is very strange talking like this.
Oh,
You know, speaking with you without moving on my lips or making any
Well,
sound.
that's one way to get
I get
around.
it. But you can't deny it's useful. Besides, the
And get around
press
what?
insists.
Get around
Well,
the
I insist on a softer
non-syncing voice.
landing point next time.
That's fine. As long as you do it sub-vocally.
Stand by.
Stand by, Nozo.
I'll be here.
Alright. Options. Barricade device, now useless.
It looks like a Harry Potter
Oh, I don't
scarf. That's what I saw it as. Use boot on door.
Use boot on door. I mean, I could talk to my client, but that would be nothing else to use it on. This will probably.
There's
fit
no
into-
lock to use the multi.
Hey, claim the bread.
All right. Let's talk to my client.
Dr. Anderson?
What's up?
So, this is a bit awkward.
Can't get the
Said we
door
seem to be
open?
stuck.
I'm afraid not. We try to plan for everything, but
No battle plan survives first contact with the enemy, huh?
something like that.
Well, look, I think I can give you a boost over. You know, if you want. You'll need to open the door from the outside to get me out, but you can manage that, right?
I would have asked about his clothing. Man,
All right, nothing for it. Boost me over.
Man, does this take me back?
Yeah, that was a good
Everything
cut.
okay?
I'm fine. Nobody's giving me a second look.
And the client?
I'll check.
Okay, now we can use our multi-tool on the padlock.
It's locked with a combination, not with a key. The multi-tool won't do much good.
Ah. So, combinations Old Clive are okay, but otherwise, I have to guess it. All right. Anybody see any obvious hints to a combination? Nope. Try a random combination.
Worth a try, but no.
Okay, so we're gonna
Well,
have to...
Nozzo, you were right about the lock.
I usually am.
What do we do?
We show the brass how resourceful we can be.
Hurrah! The chance to prove ourselves. Again. Does the historical record still contain an archive of old lock combinations?
It contains an archive of just about anything. You just need the brand name. Is there a brand name written on the lock?
Yes, Rastar.
Then you should have everything you need.
Oh good, I was thinking I'd have to look at it again.
Click the notes button to access the archive. Ah. Yeah, I thought it was a scarf. It looked like a Harry Potter scarf. You know. It's
Oh,
specific.
the yellow thing?
No, the one in the other room, the
Ah.
previous room, looked just like a Harry Potter scarf.
Nozzo, what's the timeline importance ranking of this old rag?
I think it's safe to assume quite low.
Let's test that, shall we? So, any ripples?
No fear, the timeline did not change because you picked up a rag. If there are any ripples to be concerned about, I'll ping you. So feel free to grab as much trash off the street as you want.
You're too good to me, Noz.
I know.
Of course, there used to be a song, Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree, and for a while, people were tying yellow ribbons all over the place as messages, so that yellow rag could have been there for a reason. This hideous creature reminds me of a mascot that was chrono shifted out of existence. I seem to remember its cultural erasure being a crowd-funded request. So now I have the rag in my inventory.
Alright, that line is funny given that the adventure game's predilection for picking up anything, yes.
Yes.
Alright, there's our...
Let's search the historical record for Rastar. Press the search icon. Do you see a search icon?
search. That says...
Rastar locks. Lost combination fact. To receive the combination to a standard dialog from a model predating 2032, please provide the serial number found in the back of the lock and make a request to the APO head office. Receive the response within 4 to 6 weeks. For immediate assistance, your security clearance is level C or higher. You may submit the serial number below. Autofill.
Hey, Noz, can you fill the serial number in on your end?
I would, but I don't know what it is. Sorry.
Well, let's go look at the lock again, because I thought we were going to have to do that eventually. Back. No, it's back. Doesn't show me how to get its serial number. Turn lock over. There we go.
Oh, blast it. Nothing's ever easy, is it?
Yeah, it's rusty, all right. What if we take the weather-worn rag?
It's too dry to be of any use.
We'll need a cleaning liquid now. Some oil, perhaps.
And we're leaving that guy there, you know, all by himself.
Yeah, well, it's, we travel back in time to the moment he came in, and it'll be fine. Yeah, this creature probably doesn't have any oil on it.
Probably not.
Angel of the Devil's Tail. Poster for a boxing event that has already happened.
Just wet the rag. More water on the iron lock wouldn't make the problem worse. At least the guest didn't have to murder anyone for clothes. Yeah, well, that's...
See what happens if I...
Perhaps another time.
Okay. I have a currency module.
Can you move?
Yeah, I can probably move.
I think you're gonna have to move.
I should at least...
What did she say?
I should at least check on the client before wandering off.
Okay.
Talk to the client.
Yes.
Dr. Anderson, you all right in there?
Hey, I'm doing great. Don't worry about me.
Don't go anywhere.
Worrying about you is my job.
I kind of like don't go anywhere.
Okay, well.
Worrying about you is our literal job.
All part of the service package, huh? Well, worry not. I'm enjoying myself immensely.
You're enjoying yourself.
We used to come here, you know? Some friends and I from class. We'd sneak in with some beers and, well, you can imagine.
How did you
How
get
did
in?
you and your friends get inside?
I don't know the combination to that lock, if that's what you're getting at. Back in the day, we all climbed over.
You climbed. How?
We were young. Some of us did actual sport. They helped the nerds, like me. Youth may be wasted on the young, but it does have its advantages. Sometimes.
A bit of a rebel, were you?
Rebel. We were just drinking beer below the legal age. But it was fun, and we did feel pretty cool doing it. So, sure, let's go with rebel.
I'm gonna leave you for a bit, Dr. Anderson. I'll find a way to get that lock open.
Take your time, I'll just stay here on memory lane. Ah, they were such good friends, you know? I wish I could remember their names.
Trollgate. I remember this film. It's a classic.
It hasn't come out in your win yet, so don't spoil it for anyone.
I was a kid, Noz. I imagine it's chrono shifted into an entirely different movie by now.
Okay, so this is all about one of the big things in time travel science fiction stories was paradoxes.
Yeah.
And the thing that, if you even did something as small as take an old rag from a post, that would change the future.
Oh, I think that's a Blackwell reference. Oh, God.
Ah, Trollgate.
All right.
Enzo and Guzzo.
Yeah, mentioned in one of the games. This is triggering some uncomfortable nostalgia. I can imagine this technology being very addictive and destructive. Well, it's clearly destructive if people can just disappear like that, What are we
Okay.
trying to do?
I'm going to see, there was another option in this that I didn't choose. Rastar Locks Basic Info. Most popular brand of combination lock from 1992 to 2043. Rastar Lock combination padlocks are typically found securing lockers, bicycles, gates, and many other security applications. Manufacturing was phased out in 2042 when DNA and coded clamps became commonplace. Timeline, impact rating, medium. Okay. And lost combination FAQ.
That's what we looked at.
Please provide the serial number and make a request, or you can submit the serial number below.
Right.
Hey Noz, can you fill the serial number in on your end?
I
know.
would, but I don't know what it is. Sorry.
So, therefore, we cannot solve this. What happens if I click this without putting something in nothing?
No, we can't solve it right now.
But we can't leave the area, so it's got to be on this screen.
You can't leave the area? You can't move?
Enter search query. Oil? No. Build manual. Chronozen Agent Manual, brief history of time travel, timeline rankings explained. We can discover all about Chronozen.
Yes.
And the Chronozen team and the Paradox Field Exploder is a crucial piece of equipment that shields them from temporal paradoxes, allowing changes to personal history without erasing their existence. Landing points, carefully calculated to meet specific criteria. Everyone has access to the emergency rewind protocol, which allows them to rewind a field agent's personal timeline by up to 30 minutes. To prevent accidental abuse, the ERP system will only become available in the event of an agent's death.
I see.
And should only be performed on trained agents with long-term PFE exposure, not attempted clients. Okay. Time travel. Alright, so the solution has to be somewhere around this area. If I walk over here, it'll probably tell me I can't leave it. My client alone. Oh, okay.
Nozo, you're keeping an eye on Dr. Anderson, yeah?
I'm monitoring him through his PFE. He's fine, for now. But I don't think the press will like that you're leaving him alone.
Probably, but they'll like refunding his deposit even less.
No doubt.
I love the
Okay,
pizza place
I'll leave
would
you
have
to
let
it.
me get some greasy
Update
pizza.
me when you can.
But I can't actually interact with anything here. I'm just auto-walking. Pharmacy. Oh, I'm back at the pizza place. How do I go there? Can't.
You can't interact?
I can't interact with anything here.
Weird. Change.
Oh, Silver Flare Diner I can go to.
No standing anytime.
A groaning AC unit drips a lubricant onto the sidewalk. Better watch your step. Use the rag ups. Use the rag on the dripped lubricant.
Now it's all mucky. Ugh. Good thing my suit is self-cleaning.
Okay. Now,
All right, now
how
you've
do we
done that.
travel?
Huh? You walk. Start walking. And then probably click on above. Yes. Now, next to the left.
Landing point.
Landing point. Yeah.
Okay. Now we can take our greasy rag. Yeah, I knew it was going to be something like that.
I fail to see how that would help. I fail to see.
Can you turn it over?
Turn lock over. Now we can maybe use the greasy rag.
There we go. You get it, Miss
RLS
Nozzo.
332.
I got it for you.
Got it. Yes, it's now been.
Search cloud updated. Okay, these are fair puzzles. I like it. And interesting interfaces. 332. Search.
All right. I need to connect to the Rastar database first.
Okay. That's not actually connecting to a database. I used to do database programming. Lost combination fact. Autofill.
You remember the serial number, no?
Yeah, I remember.
I could have typed it in, but
Yeah, but there's no
running
time.
security clearance. Mozzarella Frank, security clearance level B, access granted.
32,424.
32,424. Okay.
Enter. Enter. That's a whole lot easier.
Hey, you did it.
That I did.
Wow. We're really here. It's just like I remember. The air even smells. Ugh.
You all right?
I'm fine. Maybe giving you that boost took more out of me than I thought.
Don't worry. Everyone gets a bit wobbly on their first jump. That's why we told you to eat bland food before you came.
Oh, yeah, I didn't eat anything at all.
Ah,
I want to be hungry. That's the whole point, isn't it? Speaking of, can we get going?
About the silver flare.
so about this silver flare.
My mouth is already watering. God, I miss that place. I practically lived there back in the day. Or rather, this day.
Food was that good?
The food was that good.
You've never had a better burger. Made it with real beef, not that chemically flavored TVP stuff we have now. Hey, you want to try one? I never ate there alone before. No reason to start now.
Just an FYI, the Silver Flare is 4 months away from getting a D rating from the Board of Health. It serves more rats than people.
I'll pass. Thanks.
Darn. Right, about this clothing, it keeps bringing
So
that up.
that clothing you're wearing,
Pretty perfect, huh? Figured I should blend in.
blend in.
I look like just another student, right?
I disagree.
Yeah.
You don't really fit in at all. Sorry.
Lady, I got eyes, I can see that. I know what I look like, but trust me, nobody around here cares. That's New York in the 20s for you. I just wanted to indulge.
How do you
That's
do,
okay,
fellow
right?
kids?
That is why we are here.
Exactly.
It's a living embodiment of that joke.
What's that from?
It's a meme. I don't know
You
the
said
real
you lived in
source
this
of
area.
it.
Well, I was a student in the area for 5 years. Sort of the same thing.
Biochemical engineering, wasn't it?
You've done your research. Yeah, I owe a lot to the place.
All right.
To the
move
silver
on.
flare, then?
My growling stomach says yes.
Before he passes out. Yes. We start walking again. And then we can click on.
Hey, so what happens if we run into, you know,
All right. let's
myself?
do the dialogue.
Oh, we did our due diligence. Your younger self is home for spring vacation right now.
So I'm back in Maine. You know what you're doing.
We'd like to think so.
Okay.
God, there it is. The silver flare. Jesus, sorry. It's just a restaurant. I didn't expect it.
Don't worry. Take your time.
Time, huh?
We have plenty of it. That is the benefit of time travel.
But I don't, though, do I?
Sorry?
I was diagnosed with Skinane syndrome. Did they tell you that?
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. How long?
They gave me 6 months, maybe 8. That's why I wanted to see this place one last time.
Greasy Burgers will accelerate it.
Dr. Anderson, please. It's 2024. I'm 19 years old. I'm no doctor. Call me Joe. Right now, I'm just a sophomore biochem student. I have my whole life ahead of me. Not to mention countless late-night study burgers from this diner. Let's go in.
Street of Brooklyn leads in East Village neighborhood. Free food, naked servers, false advertising.
Okay.
Cute. The door to the diner is warm and inviting.
Hey, be right with you. Sit anywhere you like.
Thanks, Maddie.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Oh, excuse me.
It's all right.
Hey, Maddie.
There's some root beer
Yeah.
floats.
That was amazing. Can I get a piece of blueberry pie?
Sure.
Now, if you'll excuse me a minute, I've just got to use, the John.
Sure. Go ahead.
Hi, Thea. Just checking in. How's it going over when?
Let's see. The client has thus far consumed 3 burgers, a plate of chips, and a milkshake. He just ordered a slice of pie before getting up to use the toilet for the second time.
But he seems satisfied.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anyone happier.
And how are you doing?
Me? I'm fine. Bit hungry myself now. I'm craving that curry place round the corner from work. What's it called again?
Little Modi's? It's not there anymore.
Oh, they closed.
No. It never opened. They went Paradox out of existence about 5 years ago.
I'm Paradoxes, yay.
Figures.
Are you hearing that? Huh?
Oh, you're kidding me!
You don't think...
You better go check, Thea. Just in case.
Set off the alarm.
Good morning. Which game is this?
That gate is locked, you moron. I'm counting to 30. Then you either pay up or I'm calling the cops.
This is Old Skies by Dave Gilbert, published by Wajidai.
Okay. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Trying to skip out of the check is what he's doing. Come on, there's no place for you to go.
It was nice seeing you again, Maddie.
Sorry, what? Hey! Oh, you friggin' deadbeat! Where'd you get that key? Damn it. My manager's going to kill me.
Thea, what's going on?
You. He's your friend, right? You were sitting with him?
I apologize for my friend, but I need to catch up to him.
You can apologize by paying his bill. Do you have any idea how much he owes us?
I am aware.
We have money.
Will this be enough?
This is more than enough. Let me go get you change.
Keep it.
Oh, thanks, I guess. I'll just go turn off the alarm.
Ran out on you.
Blast it. Blast it, blast it, blast it. I really thought this would be an easy one.
Thea, what happened?
Joe Anderson did a runner.
He did? That's odd.
Odd is the word, yeah. You'd better track him.
Track him?
Yeah, using his PFE data.
Sure, but
You can track him, right? You do know where he is.
that's what I'm trying to say. He didn't go anywhere. He's right behind you, according to his PFE data.
He's not here, Nozzo. You sure the system is working right?
It's working perfectly. Are you... Wait. Oh, blast it.
Nozzo? Nozzo, what's wrong?
The PFE signal's decaying.
That's bad, is it?
Well, it's certainly not good. Search the alley. It's gotta be around there somewhere.
I told you, he ran off.
Priorities via something in that alley is giving off a signal. Something that's not supposed to be in that area?
Right. I get it. Sorry.
And sub-vocalize.
Sorry.
Well, Poke was current, but what's this piece of paper?
Yeah.
Old piece of paper fluttering in the breeze draws attention to itself. Which
Seems
is
to be a list
interesting when
of
you think about it.
deliveries.
That whole
None of
complicated
this means
screen.
anything to me.
If Swift deliveries. Niche S. Various addresses. Tish from 34. So what's interesting is in this whole screen with all that color and so on, the little animated flapping piece of paper really pulled its attention to it.
Look at the trash can.
Before what you cannot say. Foul-smelling trash can.
Blasted. Blasted to hell and back, that bloody idiot.
He took off his PFE, didn't he?
Worse than that. He didn't just take it off, it's broken.
Broken?
Yeah.
But that's impossible. There are only a handful of engineers in the world who can even open that thing, let alone break it.
Apparently
How
he's one
many
of them.
degrees does Dr. Anderson hold again?
Blast it.
What do we do?
We find him.
And then?
I need to check the protocol guide. Stand by. Keep looking for him.
Nozzo, we need to have a word or two about communication.
Okay.
Poke, staring at a wall, stirs up fake memories in you, but can't quite put your finger on them. Well, Laurie likes Poke a lot. This resembles anything in this era you have no way of knowing.
I'm not poking it.
Okay.
I do think.
Full of
You do think?
Nothing
the
but
art
mouldy
style
newspapers.
is interesting. The relative size of the characters, yes, amazing graphics and voice acting. I think I need to check it out. Well, that's the reason we're playing this. We want you to check it out. It is interesting. Visually, it's
locked.
Can we go
back
back
into the diner and out the front door.
Watch It Eyes games are pretty much always worth checking out.
Not now, Fia. We need to.
So what did I play? I played one of the Blackwell games. The Ghost Detective.
I told them our vetting process was outdated. I told them we should have seen this coming.
We need to focus.
We're in this together, Nozzo. We'll fix this.
Well, yeah. Who else is gonna do it?
We can work out who's to blame later. What do we do now?
Okay. I've been reading the protocols, and there is a contingency plan for the situation.
I'm listening.
You're not gonna like it.
I said I'm listening.
First things first. Get back to the point. I'm sending you an upgrade.
A present? Oh, goody.
Thank me later. Just get to the construction site. I'll fill you in when you get there.
It's an interesting interface. Instead of connecting locations, you just go out into the city in general, and then you click on a menu for where you want to go.
Right. I'm secure.
Okay. I'm relaying the upgrade over. Stand back. This may sting a little.
Nozzo, what is this?
The WEG Mark IV vaporizes organic matter on contact.
And you just had this upgrade lying around?
Like I said, it's our contingency plan.
Why?
So you want me to...
Yeah.
Pause this. There is no other way. I don't like this. I don't like this.
I don't like this, Nozzo.
I don't like it either, Fia. But he broke his paradox field excluder. He is unsynced from our timeline. We couldn't bring him back even if we wanted to. He crossed the line, and he needs to be stopped.
Don't worry. I'll get it done.
Right. Good. You know how to use that weapon?
I said I'll get it done.
Okay. I'll be here. Touch base when you... well, when you have something to touch base about. Good luck, Fia.
Vaporizing weapon. That got dark fast. It sure did. Yes. Oh, let's just kill this guy. He's not a bad guy, but I found the thing. Save game. Time's up. Historical sabotage from the Journeyman Project games. Well,
I guess can I enter something? Ah. Pick a runner. So the Dines Up is presumably the context of the fact that we went to the diner. We've actually not played. Anyway, I want to get this in a pause because I want to get into the other window.
Well, let's go back to that options.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll probably do it. Okay. Can't tell where I am. Maybe I'm here? There.
I'm not putting my lips on that, yes. Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to type in what the game was for people.
Okay.
Shall we continue?
Ah, there's credits. We can look at the credits while we're on this screen.
Okay. And if I could get to that screen.
What? You're on that screen.
Really
Oh,
on that
I
screen.
see. You were only virtually on that screen.
Here's the credits.
Well, it's always important to read this credits. Lead artist.
Written by David Gilbert.
Yes.
Oh, I guess it's
Music.
David Gilbert now.
Yes.
Lead artist Ben Chandler.
Sally Beaumont with doing script writing, additional writing, narrative consultants. Interesting. Promo poster. Programming,
Additional programming by 4 people,
including Janet.
including Janet. Yeah.
The original song. Another original song cast. And Sally Beaumont's doing the voice of Fia.
Mm-hmm.
Sally Beaumont was in our
Edwin
game.
Tion was,
Edwin
Frank
Tion,
Mazzarelli.
there you go. I did
Who
not.
was in,
Your voice is very interesting. It's a good one in here. I would never realize that was your voice. It's a good, solid voice. I like it as a choice.
Now, if you were to look up a video game on IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, it will focus on the credits for the voice acting and other cast, and as a casual mention, say, "Oh yeah, this is a game that was designed by someone," and because of their particular thing. In the case of this game, that's pretty accurate because there were like 5 people that made the game and like 20 people in the cast.
Right. Beta testers, Ivy Bickler, lots of people.
It's a nice, cool jazz in the background. Richard Cobbett. Abe Goldfarb.
Francisco Gonzalez.
Yep.
And Ben Chandler. And people we know.
Special extra thanks to Janet and Eve Gilbert. I love you both.
Isn't that
That's
sweet? You don't generally put heart-loving things in there. Wait, AGS
That's 'cause we don't love people
contributors?
enough,
This
clearly.
game was made in AGS?
It was the modern version of AGS that with high resolution.
Yep. Isn't that pretty good? You too could be making this
And
game.
we probably could still be in business and not bankrupt if we were using AGS instead of
Ha.
Unity.
Don't worry, we could still be bankrupt.
Okay, so we now have a WEG Mark IV pistol.
Something to kill somebody with, obviously.
The door is wooden, so we could probably vaporize it.
Organic. I'm pretty sure that's not the way to do it.
They didn't let me do that.
All right. Can you go this direction to the streets of Lower Manhattan?
Which are about the same.
About the same as the streets of Ohio.
Go to the diner, but I'm not sure that's significant. Car went by.
It did.
We see a clue. Let's go back to the sort of diner.
Since that's the only other place we can go to, and
For
that's our
clues.
start.
Wrought iron fence blocks your way.
Locked.
Of course it's locked.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have a toolkit.
There's no handle or keyhole. It must open from the other side.
Oh, we could have done that from the other side, couldn't we? But no reason to do that since we're out here. Treasure box is empty and long abandoned, along at one of print media's last gasps. The Village Eye. I'm not getting anywhere here.
That's another Blackwell reference. Okay. Just keep,
Just walking back and forth isn't going to do anything. We could go back into the diner and back out into that alleyway, but
What
no
for?
reason,
It's
because
just
he
gonna
got
take
out
you
to
right
here.
Yeah. What about that box? Is there anything here that you can talk at? Village Eye
The
was
cardboard
a paper.
box lies abandoned.
Ah.
That could have had his stuff that he brought, so he may have changed clothes.
Well, can you open that box?
No.
You can't interact with it.
Nope.
Too bad.
Let's look at this
None of
filthy
this
piece
means
of
anything
paper.
to me.
100 Jane M4D to the
Room.
top. Room 4.
Yeah.
These could be his schoolmates, classmates when he was
Yeah, I was wondering.
university.
Oh, what was his name? People, what was his name?
What was the client's name?
What's our client's name? Was that Hawthorne? It would help if we remembered who we were actually trying to find. Oh, Joe Robertson. Okay, fine. Joseph Anderson. He's Mr. Anderson.
Uh-oh. Narrow your search. Oh, I see. I can... Anderson Joseph. Joseph Anderson, responsible for the invention of the micro-incisor laser surgery device. Patented in 2034, it is used in all major hospitals today. It is widely accepted knowledge that Anderson's advances have extended the average human lifespan by several decades. In 2051, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for both medicine and science. Timeline impact rating, extremely high.
Ah, yes.
So, if his original version of him was erased, it would be bad.
Well, you know, and also he could go back
We
and
just looked for Anderson. Nope. You can go back.
he could go back and change history. Yes, those are all different Nobel prizes. Ah. Okay.
Medicine and science. Oh, Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah. Okay.
For
fine.
both.
Yes,
I see.
okay. Well, it brought peace to the world. You see.
Ah, clearly.
Yes. You know, the medicine and science brought the peace, which is the way it should be. All right.
Well, anyone have any ideas? Because we have now gotten to stuck point.
And Nobel prizes in science are more specific.
We can go back and talk to the
Specialized.
waitress. She knew, or he knew her.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's you. Did you find your friend?
I'm working on it. That is why I want to talk to you.
Not sure how I can help, but sure.
Do you know Joe Anderson?
Do you know the name Joe Anderson?
Joe Anderson?
Biochem student in the area, around 18 years old?
Oh, you mean Andy. Your friend does look a bit like him. That his grandfather or something?
Or something.
Well, Andy's always been a good kid. He must be worried.
How did he open the gate?
Tell me about Andy.
Okay, fine.
Can you tell me anything about Andy?
Didn't you say you already know him?
Not exactly.
Then I'm not sure what I can tell you. He comes here a lot. We deliver to him at the Brittany house sometimes.
Ah,
you
there
know,
we
the NYU dorm. It's just a few blocks away.
There we
Right.
go.
Thank you.
Nozzo, did you get that?
Yep. Sending you the address now.
New location, Brittany Hall Dormitory.
Okay.
All right.
All right. That's what we needed.
I'm going to ask him how did he open the gate.
How did he get through the alley gate? Didn't you say it was locked?
Shows what I know. He swiped a spare key from behind the counter.
A spare key?
Hidden in a pepper shaker. Been there for years. Even I'd forgotten it was there. No idea how he'd even know about that.
I can't imagine. You deliver to Andy's door?
Students, you know, they're our bread and butter. It's not like the Brittany house is far, it's just a block west of here.
More about
You
Andy.
can't tell me anything more about Andy.
Look, I'm grateful for that tip you gave me. With all the students around here, that never happens. But I really don't like gossiping about people who aren't here. He comes here a lot, and we deliver to him sometimes over at the Brittany house. That's it.
Okay, leave her.
Thanks for your time. I need to find my friend.
Sure.
Okay, we have a new location. This is a lot like a Sherlock Holmes game. We played Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective in the Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective in the paper version, which basically had
Los Angeles.
London Times archive and map of London, and you could basically get information about the case from the paper, and then go to locations that might have clues.
Yeah.
Is that more pieces of paper by the fire hydrant in the doorstop? I didn't see any. I can go back there.
You know, it's always good to check out these things. You know, looks like much the same as before.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Nothing new here. We have
I think we've got. I think they would have told us if they're giving
exhausted our-
clues.
our
Oh, there was a piece of paper. Yeah, I tried that before. It's non-interactable.
yeah.
Something here. Fire hydrant. Joe Anderson does not appear to be hiding behind it. There appears to be an egg sandwich in here, discarded after a single bite. Disgusting.
All right.
Something on the roof. We can't interact with that.
Well, we do have the note, and that note gave us room numbers and things.
Yeah.
None of this means anything to me. Although.
Andy.
Wait a moment.
Andy A.
Andy A. and BH. Andy Anderson and Brittany Hall. Seems likely.
1407.
Michael is in 803. Alright. So.
And I'm here to be a.
The door is locked tight. A sign says that the building is closed for spring break.
Well, let's say if that thing that's supposed to do things is useful.
Bit out of practice, but I got it. Room 1407. Here I come.
Yep. Okay. So, game assumes you're
that's
reasonably
odd.
intelligent.
The door was unlocked. And the computer is on as well. Either young Andy left for spring break in a hurry, or someone else was here before me.
Hatta Skilly Fish. Poster assigned Gal Friday. Tour is adorned with posters of music brands that broke up decades before your homeland. Scientific textbooks line the wall. They look very well thumbed through. Peanut Dresser. We think this is a popular cartoon character for this era. Changing timelines make it hard to remember what was popular.
Alright.
Lava lamp. Didn't mention that.
No.
Trash bin, empty. But it was a charming house near the woods. Well, let's go see the computer.
This is clearly a young Joe Anderson. Or Andy, I guess. I don't recognise the girl beside him, but they make a cute cluster. Assuming they are a cluster.
So in the future, that's the term for relationships, is
Alright.
clusters.
Activity history.
Activity history is cleared every 48 hours.
Nozzo, when did young Andy leave for spring break?
5 days ago.
Ah, so whatever was done here, it was done after he left.
Makes the most sense, yeah.
C:\root. Now, root is a Unix term, but Unix didn't normally have C drive, so it's like a mixed metaphor between
They need to have
MS-DOS and Unix.
Hey, yes, but this is an alternate world, so
Backdoor underscore login, L Sandman. So he has a program or an app program, what used to be called backdoor underscore login. As opposed to when I was working with early systems, you could use like 6 to 8 letters for a program name. Is that more piece of paper? I'm not fluttering, but yes.
that was yes. Alright, so he managed to log in.
Yeah, he had to
with
guess the
Lisa.
password. Hello, Lisa. Lisa Sandman. NYU underscore mail.exe. Send mail minus rfoster.text. I am sorry, Lisa. Huh? He typed, I am sorry, Lisa. Interesting. Mail. Grubwub, your meal from Silver Flare is being prepared. Sister Celia. emails, messages. Lisa said, "Don't worry. Told you so."
Can you click on them? Those
Oh,
are the
maybe,
headers.
yeah.
Those are headers.
Hey, look. Oh, we can actually read his mail.
Yeah.
It's me, the frizzy-haired nerd from Professor's class. Looks like we're partnered up for the midterm project. You seem nice. This will be fun. Last term, I was shackled to a freshman who spoke in grunts and thought decimal points were optional. A few ideas to run by you. How about we meet the flirt? And then...
Okay.
So we're getting only... No, she'll ruin my bad boy image. Okay, so we're getting his response. We're not actually getting the mails he sent. We're only getting the incoming mail. I wouldn't worry about your image, Mr. Bad Boy.
I would guess so.
Oh, you should read that.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about your image, Mr. Bad Boy. In that oversized lab coat, it's obvious you like living dangerously. The first time you trip on something, I reserve the right to say I told you so.
And a later message. I told you so.
Okay, so I dropped the canister that you tripped over. I'm sorry. Anyway, you want to meet the flare after work? I'll buy.
All right, Sister Celia said, "Rough dude.
Yeah.
Love your sis." Ah, his sister is named Sister Celia.
Okay.
So it's not a nun. Stop freaking out. This is you too.
Okay. It's obvious to anyone she's flirting with you. Also, she's cute. Well done. Also, you're an idiot. I'm amazed that you still remember how to breathe without me around. Anyway, you can bore me with all the details when you come home. Speaking of spring break already, didn't you just leave? I'm not moving out of your room. Love, your sis.
Okay, going up to the top. Your delivery from Silver Flare will be delivered to now. 11:40.
Hi. You said I could move into your room, so I did. It's taken me a few weeks, but I managed to de-dorkify it. It's like you never lived here. Anyway, things are okay. Maine is okay. School is okay. I got your old chem teacher this year. She thought I would be as smart as you. Ha! I live to disappoint. Love, your sis. I like your sis.
Yep, she seems nice.
Undisclosed.
This is still.
All right, chill. I don't know you. I thought you were supposed to be the calm one. You're gonna ace that class, bro. You know how smart you are. Besides, it's your first test of the term. Relax. Speaking of, I'm totally gonna fail my class if I don't get some help. So, help, woody please.
I feel like we're intruding on someone's life.
Yes.
No subject. For all networking security.
Right, so I wasn't the only one who thought none when they saw Sister? I know, I thought the same thing. Duh! I told you so, you big nerd bro dork. You worry too much about tests. Good luck in your midterm. Don't blow anything up. Okay.
Alright, back to Lisa.
Yeah, we got the Lisas.
I was trying to see if I had a way to guess her password.
Nah. Yeah,
Nope.
almost.
Nothing obvious.
No. Alright.
Tomo for all security needs. Trash.
Trash is cleared every 48 hours.
But.
So, like before, this file could only have been created after young Andy left.
Right.
Or deleted after he left.
Yeah, let's go to art.
To Professor R. Foster from Lisa Sandman. Fail me, I dare you.
You are very aptly named because you are a virus that infects this place daily. Being in your class is the worst experience I've ever had, and I used to work retail. The level of contempt anyone has for you goes beyond parody. You know you're only riding your father's coattails. If it weren't for him, you would be researching compounds for baby diapers instead of getting tenure at NYU.
I have written letters like this, and I usually delete them before I. OSU Brainiac says, and Tomo strikes again. So tell me about Tomo.
And your father was ashamed of you. He only got himself cancer to get away from the laughing stock that you made of his good name. I'd say more, but I can't be bothered to waste the words. I think that little of you. You want to kick me out of your class because of this? I dare you. I double dare you. I know all about you and that new teaching assistant. I also have your husband's email address. Suck it, Prof. I hope you die in a chlorine explosion. Wow. Boy, that's a bitter letter.
Very bitter.
Wow.
Tomo emails show up randomly in the Blackwell games. Probably other Gilbert files as well, I mentioned. Interesting. The Sandman, Chem 248. Well.
Jovial, yeah, that's...
Interesting. We could shut it down, but is there a way to break into?
Activity Hill District. Yes,
Yeah.
that's just that.
Well, that's okay. We're just seeing it, so we can't actually. I'm sorry, Lisa. Maybe it's his fault that she had problems with the professor. Set drawers,
What
touch
are
your own
those
desk.
drawers?
Just textbooks and study aids. Nothing relevant that I can see.
Well, this is his room, clearly. But we've logged
But she
in.
said she got rid of all the junk.
Huh? No. That was his sis.
Oh, okay. It was
This
his.
is not the room she was talking
Almost
about.
completely empty.
I
Young
thought-
Andy must have taken everything home with him.
No. That is the room at home.
Almost.
This is
Young
his-
Andy must have.
Well, it's like a wire or something. I can't make it out.
It's like Dr. Anderson's trying to change
This is
something. with Lisa. Yes, I think
Lady
he's lost Lisa.
Ziltoil,
And he's trying to get her back.
like a Fiona.
He has nothing to lose. Okay, we know. He is dying. So what if he wants to go back in time and fix it so that he can be with Lisa? Now, there was another room on that address for this thing.
No, it was
There's Mike L.
Okay, Mike L was in 803.
Right. Huh?
Oh, nope,
Yep, go.
can't go there. I think we don't
But
have
we
enough
have a
clues.
Lisa on that too, don't we?
Yeah, but we don't know. Oh, was there a Lisa?
No. No Lisa.
No Lisa for an L. I don't know. It's page 1407. K. Hawthorne. Where do we think Hawthorne?
Oh, I know what this is. This is deliveries. It really is deliveries. It's deliveries from the restaurant to the various people in this area. So
Ah.
they don't necessarily. This
So
is
it might be.
It gave us Andy's address, so that might be the sole purpose here.
Historical
All right.
Lisa Foster. Search. No results found. Celia. Was it Foster or was it Celia Anderson? Was it the sister's name?
Would have been.
Celia Anderson is most notable for being the host of the Good Morning Show on WPXI from 2039 to 2045. Anderson's career came to an infamous and explosive finish after an interview with mayoral candidate and right-wing firebrand Christopher Haynes. During a heated exchange over immigration rights, Anderson reportedly shouted, "Were you hit on the head as a baby?" and punched him in the nose, drawing copious spurts of blood. Anderson is now retired and lives in Cornwall on Hudson. She requests that her privacy be respected. Timeline impact rating low.
Foster is the professor. Lisa is the Sandman. Lisa is Sandman, but.
This is Sandman?
Uh-huh.
Nope. No, wrong button. Lisa Sandman search. Search button doesn't look like search button. Lifetime range. Died in 2029 at age 27. Chemical explosion. Molten accident. Adjunct professor. NYU Department of Chemistry. Interesting. Hope you die in
Is this all
explosion.
the archive has on Lisa Sandman?
Afraid so. She died young. Poor kid.
In an explosion 5 years from now. You think Dr. Anderson wants to prevent
nice
that?
Brainiac.
Seems plausible, but her timeline priority rating is listed as low. If he wanted to save her life, he could have, asked us. It's legal, and he can afford it.
You're right.
Huh.
It makes no sense. I'll keep digging.
Ah.
Interesting.
So yeah, so as you Brainiac said, he's trying to get her kicked out so she won't die.
Which would explain that letter.
Yeah, the letter was
But
basically.
It says they can do this. They can change time, and that's perfectly legal with Chronozen. So
At least to a
that's
certain
interesting.
degree. Okay.
They could have saved her life. Interesting, but he didn't choose to save her life. I figured he's trying to, get back together with her. As long as you have
Take her
money,
back to the
yeah.
future or something, or.
Mhm. No
Light
trash.
switch.
idea that some people don't matter enough for changes to be a problem is concerning. Yeah, well, yeah, the fact that you can undo somebody's life.
Well, it makes sense, you know, that
But
most people live lives of quiet desperation that don't really have an effect on the world.
Yeah, but I can't
Except
imagine
in
it
the
doesn't.
instance.
I mean, yeah, I'm more of the butterfly effect. I think everybody is interconnected, and so they.
Undisclosed. All networking and security needs, contact Tomo. So that was probably how he got the password.
No.
Or he knew hers.
He knew his password. This is his room.
No. That was. He got into Lisa's account.
Yes, on his computer.
Yeah, maybe.
This is his room.
Why not? You can get into somebody else's email. Doesn't matter.
You can't get onto somebody
I
else's.
can get into your email from my computer by typing in your account name and password.
Only because we have connections.
Or even on a internet. I can go to like Squirrel or what it's called, Round Square, whatever it's. Any of those.
Complexity chaos theory leads me to think minor changes quickly snowball. That's what I would.
Well, that was the old theory on
yeah.
On time paradoxes.
But this one clearly
The fact
is.
that they're allowing you to travel, I mean, just the fact that you're breathing the air here would
Right.
have the butterfly effect.
Clearly, this is premise is that there are that things heal up or change the future, but it isn't really a problem. People come and go so quickly here.
All right. So what do we do now?
I don't know. There's nothing else to interact with.
We have information. We have clues. I'm sure I was pressed against this wall, but I can't do anything.
Almost complete. Young Andy must have taken everything.
All you have to do is wear the magical bracelet and everything's safe. Ah, I see. Yes.
The PFE.
If you have the magical bracelet on, if you can't change time, but since he took it off, now he can change anything or everything.
Talk to Nazo. We could contact him again, but
All right. Journeyman Project games have similar principles for their temporal anachronism. Simple ones are relevancy. Say you wore a wristwatch in ancient Rome, but it was always covered by a toga. Limited ones create ripples that basically eventually smooth out, leading to no lasting changes, but expansive ones. Those create full-blown reality distortion waves.
special toroidal terror from Dearden's Donuts. Pet Spa, specialty foods, organic. Graffiti could be.
All right.
Domino's Diner.
Well, we have 3 choices of places to go, so let's go back to the beginning, to the landing point.
Really? I don't think we'll find anything there. Oh, there's a bird.
Yeah.
What on earth would I say?
Okay. Don't speak to parrots, apparently.
Scared it away.
That sounded like a parrot. That sounded like parrot wings. I mean,
pigeon wings?
Pigeon wings, yes. Parrot. Pigeon. Now let's go back in the thing. He hung out there for a while.
Can't return to the landing point yet.
Okay.
I need to do what I need to do.
Too bad. Alright. Well, have limited choice. I guess go back to the diner then?
That would be the obvious.
That's the only other choice we have.
Did we mention that Laurie and I don't play a lot of adventure games? So that was empty cardboard
Nothing has
books.
changed
There
here.
was something that I can barely. Small puddle lubricant, okay. No standing anytime. Groaning AC unit.
Maybe you could ask her about Lisa.
Yes. Script.
Excuse me.
Oh, hey. What's up?
And you're Professor Foster or Lisa. Probably Lisa.
Do you know anyone named Lisa?
You're gonna have to be a bit more specific than that.
I believe she came here with Andy at least once.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Are those two finally together?
I don't know.
Well, they'd better be. They've been making starry eyes at each other for weeks.
About
Do
Professor
you know
Foster.
a Professor Foster?
You mean Rona Foster? The chem prof? Yeah, she comes in here sometimes. Super cool lady.
Has updated my search cloud with Rona. More about Lisa.
Can you tell me about Lisa?
I told you, I don't gossip about my customers. Sorry.
Rona.
So, this Rona Foster woman, can you tell me anything else about her?
You already know she teaches chemistry, so you know as much as I do. And like I keep saying, I don't gossip about my customers.
If we can go over here and steal the spare key. More about Andy? No.
Thanks for your time. I need to find my friend.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's very reasonable. Somebody that says, I will not gossip of my... I mean, she's being gossip.
Was it Anderson? No, Foster. Rona Foster. There we go. We have more information now that we got her first name. Seen as a scientific prodigy since grade school at age 10, she joined her father, Oliver Foster, at a struggling tech company, Foster Tech Labs. That was the reference to she only got the job because of her father. After Oliver Foster's death in 2002 from cancer, Foster Tech folded and Rona joined the teaching staff at NYU's Department of Chemistry. She voluntarily left her position in 2029 after an explosion in her lab left 3 students dead. She is now retired and living in Florida. Timeline impact rating low.
Ah, well. Obviously.
This Professor Foster. An explosion is going to kill some of her students 5 years from now. I think it's the same explosion that will kill Lisa Sandman. Nozzo, can you confirm?
NYU kept the names of the victims away from the press, but the dates do match up.
So Dr. Anderson wants to stop Lisa from dying in the explosion?
Could be. But again, the explosion is a low priority event. He could have easily applied to make this change legally and professionally. Why do all this?
Dunno. There's something else going on. Do you have the address for the NYU Department of Chemistry? Everything seems to be pointing there. I probably should go see what's what.
Sending your way.
I like that this game respects the player's intelligence, and that connections we make, that they say, yeah, you made those connections. I can turn the camera down just a little bit. Get through. And that's an improvement, not clear. All right. Now I should look at my guide or just go out to the street. Let's see, guide. Search historical archive. Maybe I can get the location now.
Okay, yes, you can, because it was updated. So when you start walking, you now can go to the university.
NYU, Department of Chemistry. It's an interesting interface.
You seeing this, Nozzo?
I think so. Is that Lisa Sandman?
It matches the photograph in young Andy's dormitory. Stand by. I'm gonna get answers.
Now, MIT, the lab where they came up with Colossal Cave Adventure and did model trains and all the early, hacking stuff. Also, a lot of the students there like to play with lockpicks, and that kind of became a thing. So when I went to the Hackers Conference, 20 years ago, that they were, giving lockpick lessons and so on. And a guy from MIT published a manual on how to do lockpicking and so on. OSU gets the sense the company rating this event low is a mistake.
Yeah, well.
Okay. There's microscopes like these still used in your lab. Classic case of it ain't broke. So is it anything like your lab, OSU? I remember Dr. Feynman enjoyed breaking combinations.
I was going to say, I thought of Feynman the minute we talked about...
Well, he did combination, but this was a physical lockpicks.
Yeah, but that book, what was the name of the book? Please, I can think it's...
Surely you're joking.
You're joking, yes.
Dr. Feynman.
That is a must-read for anybody that
definitely.
likes science.
Read about Richard Feynman, who made some major advances in physics, and also...
well, I knew you'd read it, yes. But I think everybody else should read it too. It's a fascinating
He's a practical
book.
joker.
He was a real character.
Plants in a tank with a chemical formula scratched onto the...
Oh yeah, look at the wall. The chemical markings on the wall. That's fun. This place has been cleaned for an inspection.
A solid-looking door.
A fine man, yes. Well, it's
Sister
certainly...
young woman is huddled over the door, trying to pick the lock. I guess we'll interact with her.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Ah! Sorry, I was a bit, focused. Who are you?
I'm just visiting.
I'm looking for someone.
Oh,
I am looking for someone.
You're looking for someone in an empty school building. It's spring break. Nobody is supposed to be here.
Nobody? What about you?
Well, yeah. That's because... Hey, wait a minute. Let me see your card.
My card?
Yeah, if you belong here, you'd have a school ID card. So, let me see it.
Ah, well, look. Lisa, I can explain.
Oh, can you? Wait, how do you know my name?
Oh, blasted.
It was you, wasn't it? You did this.
Yeah, well,
Good water, please.
Did what?
You serious? If you didn't send that email, then what are you doing here?
Email?
Are you for real, or are you just being cute?
Again, I have no idea.
Right, fine, whatever. You obviously don't belong here, but neither do I. Tell nobody I was here, and I'll do the same.
What are you doing, Joe Anderson? Have you seen an old man? Tell me about yourself. Have you seen an
I'm
old
looking
man?
for an older gentleman. He was wearing an NYU hat and sweatshirt.
Huh. I think I would have remembered seeing someone like that, but I don't know for sure. I'm a bit distracted right now.
I understand. What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing?
What exactly are you doing?
Nothing at all.
It looks like you're trying to pick the lock of that door.
No, shut up, I'm not doing anything.
You are literally doing it right now.
Yeah, well, we all see what we want to see.
Focus. Joe Anderson?
Do you know Joe Anderson? You probably know him as Andy.
Is that what this is about? Dating my lab partner?
I have no idea.
Since you have no idea, neither do I.
What about yourself?
So could you tell me about yourself?
Hey, total stranger. Do I look like I want to tell you my life story?
Reasonable?
Right, sorry.
Alright, well.
You and Andy?
So you're Andy's cluster mate?
His what?
Sorry, his, what's the word, girlfriend?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Not sure what we are yet.
So about Andy.
Look, I'm trying to focus here. You want me to help you? Help me get through this door.
Yep, I figured that was going.
Well, I'll be going.
Sure, whatever.
Nope.
She seems friendly.
She's ignoring me and ignoring the rules. No wonder she and Joe Anderson get along so well.
Any ripples yet?
Yeah.
No ripples detected.
Everything's marginal, so far. Whatever the client's doing, it hasn't set off any alarm bells yet.
Ah, well.
So Joe's clustermate, this Lisa Sandman, any thoughts on her?
Not really. The archive had next to nothing to say about her. Just her birth date, her death date, her employment history, and little else. She lived a short, simple, and rather unremarkable life.
We can't all change the world, can we?
No, just with time travel.
Alright.
Stand by, I think. I'm going to
I
try
think
help her with
Yes,
the door.
yes.
Bye,
because
Nozzo.
I'll be
Here we
here.
go. We saw that nasty letter that was getting her kicked out.
Right.
She's seen it too, I would guess, and she's trying to
Get inside and do something
and
about it.
delete it. Yes.
If you'll allow me,
Huh?
I have some experience with this sort of thing.
Somehow I'm not surprised. Sure, knock yourself out.
There you go.
Ugh, thank God. Seriously, you're a lifesaver.
Yes, she didn't want to get kicked out of school.
There, my good deed for the day.
Now,
Funny you should say that.
Why?
Whatever you changed, it did literally nothing.
So the ripples were marginal?
Not marginal, non-existent.
Is that unusual?
Normally, no. But with a walking paradoxical anomaly on the loose, well, I'll keep monitoring. Just in case.
interesting. We can go in there after her, I
We
suppose.
have no much.
Come on. Password locked. Seriously? Jeez Louise, Prof, Where's the trust?
Everything all right?
No.
Book entitled Fundamentals of Modern Bioprocessing. Modern, how quaint. A message is scrawled on this loose piece of paper. Bro, leaving us to remind you again because I know you forgot again. Remember what Dad was always looking through? Also, log off when you're done. RHO. There's an FYI sticker on it. What Dad was always looking through. Pathway analysis and optimization, knowing the title which is sleep. Fundamentals of modern bioprocessing. Nope. This one. One of those books should have a clue. You think is a molecular model. Office computer, antique by your standards, but state of the art.
Can I have a go?
For real? Sure. Go
Those
ahead.
overtitled books, those seem familiar. Dear, hello, Roanoke, Dr. Enter password. We don't have the information yet.
KAIZNCYETG.
Yeah, this office is way too uncluttered. Yeah, I figure that too. And I actually like cluttered. I like clutter. I like being able to look on things.
Sorry, can't seem to crack it.
Let me keep trying.
Okay, well, let me look at those book titles and maybe I get the initials of it.
Those were not the letters.
Fundamentals of modern bioprocessing. No, nothing like that.
Anything else in this room that you can
Nope.
interact with?
That's it. Just a little dinosaur at the top. Dad was always
That's a
looking
paper
through.
clip, I think.
Oh, it's a dinosaur paper clip?
Yeah.
I have a feeling of deja vu because there was a was it the Indiana Jones that had something at the little scribbles at the top or something. Yeah, this is clearly the key. The question is, what is the key to? What was Dad always looking through?
We know Dr. Foster's father from the info we got earlier.
Right.
Can we look up Oliver Foster? Well, that's an interesting thing. Yeah. Yep, there it is.
Oliver Foster. Search. Basic info, obituary, photo. Employment history, Professor of Applied Science, Foster Tech Labs, stomach cancer. Passed away, educator, mentor, pillar of the scientific community. Deceased by his wife, Lena.
And
survived by
Rona and Nicholas.
And insatiable curiosity and love of the unknown that live in our hearts forever. Photo. Ah, he was always looking through a microscope. That's the thing he was always looking through. So I assumed it was a book, but it didn't have to be a book. Let's go check out this microscope.
Z was one of the passwords of the letters, yeah.
Why was Z significant?
Huh.
I can't
Says
do anything
Zeus.
with it. Trying to see. Let's put this piece of paper under it. Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no. That just clicks on it, so I can't use the paper with the microscope.
Zeus was on the microscope in that picture.
Yes.
Ah, okay, that's it. Thank you. Okay.
I don't know if they had all those letters, but let's see.
Can I have another go?
Sure, I guess.
Zoom. This is Z, but
Yeah,
E.
changed.
Ah, the letters change. U, S.
Holy crispy crap.
Very good.
You did it. Here,
That's
let
the
me have
name
that.
of the microscope.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. And deleted. Oh, that was effing close. Jesus. Let's get out of here.
Door back to the Universal Lab.
I've done all I can with that.
Okay, you can't actually see what she did.
Okay. Well, we know what she did. She
Yeah,
deleted the letter from the professor's computer, and she should turn it off afterwards, but I will.
Hey, you coming?
Lisa waits by the door.
Lisa,
Yeah?
you promised to speak to me about Andy.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. What did you want to know?
Can you tell me anything about Joe, or Andy, rather?
Why? You said neither of us were in trouble, right?
Other than the
That's
fact I'm about
correct.
to kill him.
Neither of you are in trouble right now.
Wait, is this about the roof? Because everybody does that. You shouldn't single him out.
Huh? The roof.
The roof?
Yeah, our lab group did some atmospheric analysis tests up there. We need to be high up.
And that's against the rules.
Technically, yeah. We're not supposed to use that fire escape unless there's an actual fire. But do you know how many students live in a building with roof access? None in my lab group, but that's for sure.
Well, I won't say anything if you won't.
Like I said, everybody does it.
She has been clustered long.
Oh,
So your Andy knows about the roof as well?
My Andy, huh? Yeah, he definitely knows about it. It's where we first... Hey,
it's
you know
not
what?
high up in
Never mind.
No. Thank you,
Thank
Lisa.
you, Lisa. You've been a great help.
Thank you. I probably owe you my future diploma. Heck, my future, period.
Your future, of course.
I'm gonna head out now. I just want to get drunk and forget this happened. You want to join? I'll buy. It's the least I can do.
That's all right. You take care.
Back at ya. Thanks again.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we
You're
safe?
welcome.
Yes, go ahead and speak.
Well, now it looks like you can get to the
Why
balcony.
is it Dines up? No save file. Oh, that didn't. I did not delete the save file. I wanted to read this text. All right. This is NYU roof info. Nope. Roof info is more important than email.
Okay. You just saved her future. Her death.
Well, you know, we all die sometime, and at least it's 5 years from now instead of right now. And you know, she could have.
Yes, we
committed
are.
suicide
We are
for getting
talking
kicked out.
time travel here. Everything can go sometime. Yeah.
Window that leads to a rusty fire escape.
Yes.
I hadn't noticed
exactly.
that.
Well, I did as soon as we. All right. Ah, there we go.
Mr. Anderson.
Hello, Joe.
Ah, I knew you'd find me. I mean, you had to find me. I just needed a bit of time, and that's what I got.
I'd really suggest that you stop talking.
Sure, it doesn't really matter anyway. I did what I needed to do.
You've broken every rule we have. You know that, right?
I don't care. I had to save her.
By her, I assume you mean Lisa.
You know about Lisa? How? There was almost nothing in the historical archive about her. I checked many times. It's like history forgot all about her.
What were you hoping to achieve?
What were you hoping to achieve here?
What do you think? I've spent my entire life taking advantage of every opportunity. I couldn't waste this one. I just couldn't.
You took advantage, all right. Of me and my entire department.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I put you through all this. I really am. But it doesn't matter now. I got her kicked out. I got her away from here. That's the important thing.
You hacked her email.
You know about that too? Yes. It was me. She gave me her password once to grab some files when her phone died. I still remember it after all this time.
Well, she'll be happy to know that her trust wasn't misplaced.
You don't understand. I had to do it. Lisa died, will die, in a chemical explosion right here in this building. But not anymore. I changed it. There's no way Professor Foster will hire Lisa now. Not after she reads that email. Lisa won't be here when it happens. She'll be safe.
You could have saved her legally. That's the one. I
You
want.
could have done this legally. We receive requests to save people from death all the time. Why didn't you make one yourself?
You think I didn't try that? My request was rejected.
Rejected? Why? Her timeline importance rating was low enough.
Sure, her life wasn't important according to your precious board of directors. But her death? No. That had to be set in stone. They couldn't take the risk that Lisa surviving wouldn't affect my life. My life and all my precious accomplishments.
I'm sorry, or your accomplishments were important.
Your accomplishments were important, or will be. Your medical advances saved millions of lives. That's a legacy worth preserving. It must be preserved.
And shouldn't I be the one who determines that? Why should my legacy come at the price of her life? I loved her, you know? We were only together for a handful of years, but my whole life, it was always her. I've never stayed clustered with anyone for very long. I was always too busy. Too busy changing the world, too busy making a fortune. But none of it, not a single minute of it, none of it held a candle to being with her. Whatever happens now, saving her, it was worth it. You don't need to shoot. I'll go back quietly. I said I'll go back quietly.
This is the way it has to be, Joe. You broke your PFE. I couldn't bring you back even if I wanted to.
You see. Well, yes, that makes sense. I don't suppose you could just leave me here. I'll be dead in 6 months anyway. Can you at least give me that?
After everything you've done, do you really think that's an option?
No, I suppose it's not. Do it then. Lisa's safe. That's all that matters.
She let him get in range.
She
Never
is
let a
safe.
man get in
Did
within
you
your gun
check that
range.
for me before you do it?
There's been no change, Fia. Just do what you need to do.
Safe, tell the truth, tell me you don't know. Fire weapon.
You'll never know.
You okay?
Clock is
Job
I'm
sexy
down to you,
times.
Mozo. Just tickety-boo.
You didn't tell him.
What would have been the point?
You did what you had to do, Fia.
Yeah,
The brass is going to be happy for whatever that's worth.
Now
at
we'll
least
never
somebody
know
will be.
unless we reload our save game.
Ready to come home.
Right. Stand by.
So I'm guessing this game has multiple missions, and that was just the first one.
And timefall in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, dark.
Yeah.
Timefall successful. Powering down. Welcome back, Fia.
Hey, it's about time you two finished. Who wants drinks? Okay, what's wrong?
That obvious.
Are we that obvious?
With all due respect, yes. I didn't spend all those years training you for nothing. I know when something's up. So, spill it.
The client pulled a code 3-2.
Oh, so he...
That's
Yes,
a
he
Garpa.
did.
Goldberg, yeah.
What a total socket. In that case, the answer is both of you.
Answer?
To my question, who wants drinks? Am I right? I'm usually right.
Yes, you are definitely right.
Nazo?
Says they will
Sounds
not be
great,
much lighter.
but
Thank
I
you,
need to be
Edwin,
up
for
early
that
for a meeting
spoiler
with
alert.
Brass in the morning. High-profile client like this, it's gonna be a media circus.
That's their problem. Press please, Nazo. Or you want to face them sober?
Please, Nozzo. We could both use a break.
You heard that? She said please. You can't argue with please. And besides, what are they gonna do? Fire the only chrono monitor in all of New York?
Okay, I surrender. How about JVs?
Sounds good to me.
It's settled then. To JVs.
Ah, just a tick. Just need to change. And they've gone.
The present, save one. Yeah, we can save there.
So impatient in the future. Yep.
All right, let's go back and talk to him.
Huh?
Let's go back and talk to him at the end instead of just shooting him. That's why you have save games, you know?
Alright, fine. suppose you want to time travel. Take an alternate route through time.
Yes, I want to change time.
You want to change your behavior.
Interesting gun.
Turn around. Slowly.
Ah, I knew you'd find me. I mean, you had to find me. I just needed a bit of time.
I'd really suggest.
Sure, I did.
Yeah, do what? We didn't ask you.
Do what exactly?
I saved her.
By her?
You know about it. It was almost, it's like...
It all converges. It's one of the things, you know, and the original thing about narrative games is it's all about branching, and you can have, you know, real choices and go on branches. The problem is that it doesn't take very many real choices that actually diverge and actually do something until you get into a gigantic number of alternatives. If you have 4 choices, then you have 16, then you have 64, then you have 256. Pretty soon you're into the millions of choices, and you just can't write that many
No, you
lines
don't
of
have the
dialogue.
time.
So what we end up doing a lot of times is we have things that sound like real choices but actually converge.
Yeah.
You didn't just want a meal?
No, we haven't tried that one. I just want to see the asterisk one.
You didn't hire us just for a meal, did you?
Oh, that was part of it. Going back to the flare was nice.
Yes. It was nice, wasn't it? Especially when you ran off and put my entire department on high alert.
I'm sorry. It doesn't matter now.
Okay,
I got her
so there were a
kicked
couple
out. I got
lines
her
in there
away
that
from
weren't in
here.
there.
That's the important.
You hacked her.
You know, but she gave me her pistol.
Well,
You don't understand. Lisa Dobbin not anymore. There's no way she'll be safe.
there was a better way to do this. We receive requests to...
You think I didn't try that? My request was
Rejected? Why? Her
Sure. Her death? No. They couldn't take the risk that Lisa served my life.
Rules are rules.
I understand your anger, but we have these rules for a reason. Your medical advances saved millions of lives. That's a legacy worth preserving. It must be preserved.
And shouldn't I be the one who determines that?
Nope.
Why should my legacy come at the price of her life? I loved her, you know? My whole life. It was always her. I was never too busy changing the world, but none of it. None of it held a candle to being with her. Whatever happens now, saving her, it was...
All quality voice
worth it.
acting.
Yes.
You don't need to shoot. I'll go back quietly. I said I'll go back quietly.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Joe. You broke your PFE. I couldn't bring you back even if I wanted to.
You see. Well, yes, that makes sense. I don't suppose I'll be dead in 6 months.
After everything...
No, Do it then. Lisa's safe. That's all that matters. She is safe, right? Could you check that?
There's been no change for you.
Tell the truth.
We managed to delete that email in time.
What?
We snuck into Professor Foster's office. We deleted it. It's gone.
No. No, you didn't.
We found no changes in the historical record. If history deems that she dies here, she will die here.
You monster. I have to go back and try again. Get out of my way. Let me go back, please.
I'm sorry, Joe.
No. You don't call me Joe. Not anymore. If me being a doctor is so important, then you call me Dr. Anderson.
I really am sorry, Dr. Anderson.
Spare me. Lisa is going to die. Again. This isn't right. This is evil. And you know it. If you really are sorry, you'll let me try again.
No other choice. I'll repeat it.
I really am.
Spare. Spare. Spare.
Okay.
And sooner or later you have to kill him.
Yeah.
You okay?
I'm down to eat, Nozzo. Just tickety...
You think it was right to tell him?
I didn't see the harm in it.
You did.
Yeah.
No, we
The
didn't
brass
change
is
the
going to be
rule.
happy for whatever
Yes,
that's
we
worth.
At
did
least
not
somebody
change the
will
rule.
be.
Yes.
Ready to come home.
Right.
So which timeline are we going to play out now?
Well, it is after 4.
And Timefall.
We have completed a chapter.
This was a good
And I do need to go
Timefall successful.
potty.
Powering down. Welcome back,
This is
Thea.
a pretty good ending point.
Hey, it's about time you two finished.
So,
Who wants drinks?
I was hoping it would eventually
Okay,
give me
what's wrong?
some opportunities.
Things could be worse, Stuffy.
You forgetting all those years I spent training? So,
The client pulled a.
oh,
Yes.
in that case,
Answer.
to my question, am I right?
Yes.
Nazo?
Sounds high profile.
That's their problem.
Yeah.
That's the brass's problem, not yours.
She's right. It's not your job to deal with the PR spin. And besides, what are they gonna do? Fire the only chrono monitor in all of New York?
Okay. How about J?
Sounds good to me.
It's settled.
Jeez.
This is the reason I'm glad the only potential temporal
just a tick.
curvatures in
Just
our
need to
current
change.
understanding of advanced physics are closed timeline
And
curves.
they've
In
got-
other words, no paradoxes. Stuff like this I would really not care for the ethical conundrums, yes. There were some real serious ethical conundrums with this. You had to kill him because you couldn't leave him here to change the rest of history, but, you know,
Well, yeah, because obviously that has an effect on Fia, having done that. But if she's a good agent, she knows that.
well, no, I mean, you can't
The
leave
real-
Joe in the past. You can't Dr. Anderson in the past.
No,
Because that would...
that would
certainly-
that would lead to that series of movies of
Neo?
Neo and Dr. Anderson.
Yes, of course.
He'd,
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson, yes. Yeah, that was the whole thing about paradoxes, and that's one of the things that people always wanted to do in science fiction stories is go back in time and kill Hitler, and then the stories tried to point out that you can't just do that, or kill Nero.
Yeah. The fact that Lisa's death is required because of Joe's life is something really nasty, ethical, yes, it really is. Because clearly, because he didn't get together with her, then he didn't have happiness, and so he worked all his life.
Now, the other possibility, of course, is that time works much like writing computer games, and that everything would have converged anyway. So he might have gotten together with her and been very happy, and still, won Nobel Prizes and created advances that saved the world.
Or she would have died of something else.
In some other way.
Yes, that it was inevitable.
That
she
the
would
tragedy
die.
would happen, yes.
Yes.
But it didn't have to happen that way.
To restore the timeline, and that the timeline snaps back, and things that happen.
But, regardless of that, Mr. Anderson, Dr. Anderson, was a criminal. He broke the rules and deserved to be disintegrated.
I see. Well, clearly he did break the rules. He knew what he was doing. He was going to save her life no matter what. And he only had a little life to go. So, he waited till his,
I understand that if you're living in the United States now and that you were an immigrant from another country, but once in your life you broke the speed limit and went 70 in a 55 zone, that will get you sent to prison in El Salvador.
Okay, fine.
Based on things that have actually happened.
Yes. That was the hill he was willing to die on, and he did.
Yep.
So I prefer the one where we lie. I mean, there was no reason to get him angry.
We could have tried that too.
Well, no, we did lie. We said...
What?
We did not.
No, we told him what happened. We told him the truth. We
No,
actually
the first time.
We did, okay.
Yes. We lied and let him think. He died believing that, he'd saved Lisa.
No, we didn't choose that option.
It doesn't matter. He still died believing he saved it.
Yep.
No longer paradox-free, no longer able to be retrieved. Got to remove potential timeline contamination. Yes. So if she didn't it would affect time. It would seem that no changes were had, and you're just doing the death penalty because The first time you didn't lie, you just killed him. Yes, you let him believe
Right.
that
So
you did.
so there was the third. There were three options.
There was the third option.
Just kill him.
Yeah. Lie.
Lie, tell the truth. And we tried two of those three. We didn't try a third one, but my guess is it'll converge.
It'll converge. Well, there's not much else you can do.
Anyway, but I was trying to say there is a theory of time travel that paradoxes don't happen because what they actually do is they split off
Yes.
into alternate parallel realities.
Right.
And so when you change the past, what you do is basically cause a branch, and there's another entire timeline.
Yes, and likewise,
And there are infinitely
she killed
many
him.
timelines.
She killed him in the past, but he was alive. I mean,
But it was the old man him that she killed. So.
yes, but the old man him was not,
Could have still had an effect. Yes.
Could have had an effect, but he
It's
couldn't
probably
go
still
back.
a brilliant
no way
biophysicist.
back. Yes,
Still,
he
but
can't be left behind. So yes, no way to leave him there.
total organic vaporization.
And I guess there
No
could
more.
also-
There was one of my favorite things was one of the supervillains in a comic book. I think it was Lex Luthor or something. Might have been someone else, but they basically took one of their victims and sent him spiraling into the sun in a spacecraft, and they were dancing around saying "No more corpus delicti" and singing "No more corpus delicti," and everyone was thrilled. They got caught.
Okay.
They ended up getting caught, but they didn't have evidence. There was no evidence to convict them.
I don't like it, but I get it. Yes.
Now that's a interesting thing on stories, because back in the day, movies and most stories and so on all had happy endings. That's sort of a 20th century sensibility. Obviously, in the Grimm's fairy tales, the endings weren't always so happy.
No. There were some really nasty ones
Some of them
going
were
back
grim.
to the original. Yes, they did earn the term grim, even though that had nothing to do
It's
with
just
them.
his name, yeah. So these days, there's a little more edgy stuff, and it's okay sometimes for a hero to die. When Laurie first read the first book of the Game of Thrones, well, you can tell the story.
Well, I can't
About the
stand
wolves.
it. Can't stand it. They set up those dire wolves first of all, and then they threw them away. They were worthless. Yet these were amazing and remarkable animals, and they were bounded to these people. And one they just let go, another just killed. There was no significance to them, and then they just killed off characters right and left. So I hated those books.
So,
But yeah,
not everything needs a happy ending. Question is, do you need bad endings? Well, maybe a mix.
well, I mean, my games you can have a bad ending. I let you have it.
It's pretty
all
hard,
a
though.
choice. It's a choice. I mean, you want to have it. It's your choice. Go for it.
And actually, everybody tries to get those bad endings at some point because you want to see Iblis destroy the city. And
Right, and it's
Cool
fun.
cutscene, yay!
Yes. And it's also important. It means that your choices had significance, and I think that's critical to learn. That everything has repercussions. This one, I don't know. It looks like we're going to be locked into making a lot of unpleasant decisions here.
It could be.
Uh,
Maybe it's maybe David has become more cynical in his old age.
how sad.
His middle age. The original NIER. I'm trying to think what that's not in every
It
reality.
has to have a good ending. It has to have a satisfying ending, I think. And sometimes satisfying endings are not good.
Yeah. So yes.
Yes.
Pronounced near. I don't know what those are. But yeah, so it can be entirely. I mean, one of the things that we always liked in D&D is when you could have a heroic death. Your character would go down in history for having, saved the city by sacrificing himself. I mean, that's pretty cool. And as you roll up your new character, you can say, "Yeah, my old character, he was really something," and that can be okay.
But we were seeing in this game that time is shifting in the future. That whatever has happened with this time traveling being legal, things happen all the time. People just get suddenly are not there because the timeline shifted. So we're really in a verse in this game that,
yeah, it's a questionable morality in the first place of the whole
yeah,
time travel.
and things
or
keep shifting, which means that, and for the, right from the beginning, it said this sign.
yeah, the sign keeps changing. Can't even
Changing.
keep track of what it stands for.
Right.
So I'll need to replay the game, and the next time I'll go back to her room instead of going to the office. And I figure that'll just basically
It's all gonna
she'll be bored and she'll end up going into
Right.
work.
You're gonna have to. Yes, you just get to see her room. You get to see her life a little, maybe. That's the only difference that we could play out.
It's interesting that I didn't really get a choice of cases, so we'll presumably get another case later, but it seems to be linear.
Yeah. But it's also very interesting. It's one worth playing like this with other people, so that you can talk about the universe, what's going on in this world. Yes, probably one per chapter, I would guess. Yes, and it sounds like things are going to spiral out of control because we saw that little the intro bit where he's trying to find Fia. And that means that things, and there was an explosion. So therefore, there's a lot of things that are going to happen, and things are, and they
That's
may
a good
cycle
point,
back
yeah.
to each other. So we shall.
So her consequences, her actions might not matter for the run of history, but they do matter in how they change her.
Yeah. Multiple time frames, so I'm guessing there will be several different clients. Yes. It's an interesting game.
I also want to replay her flirtation with the guy in the at the beginning, because.
Okay.
But I think everything will converge.
Well, he's still going to disappear because that.
I at least want to introduce myself, because maybe we'll meet him again later.
Maybe, because you never know. He was
I've got
good
it.
looking.
Yep. Well, thank you, everyone. We will not be back in 2 weeks. We will be coming back from Tokyo that day. But we will see you all in 4 weeks on the 31st of May. And history with the capital H may need to be preserved, but the little histories can change so often, it seems. That's, that's my view of life. You make choices, and a lot of times you don't know where the choices will lead. I wanted to get into computer games, and so we took the job with Sierra, even though the terms were terrible. And it was a big shake-up, and we had a young baby and everything else. And it turned into where we are now. Things could have gone a different way.
So history has changed, okay?
Yep.
That's your point, yeah.
There may be multiple different
Decisions.
timelines where I
Yes.
end up with, having stayed at a previous job, or I end up going to work for Microsoft, because I almost
Yeah,
did.
that's why I can't believe the splintering off universes for every decision you might make. But who knows?
Who knows?
In the end, just enjoy the ride and hope for the best and make the best with what you've got.
In the end, only kindness matters.
And we will see you.
Bye-bye.
Take care and have fun.